See how this one goes, because I might be feeling a little bit silly. I don't know yet. If you've been following along with me, straight into it, if you've been following along with me, there's something there's been a reoccurring theme in the recent videos that I've made. And when I release something, I'm just like, huh. So I'm like hearing it for the first time. Or I hear it and then I release it and then I'm hearing it in a new way or something. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm walking alongside of you when you hear what I'm hearing. Like I'm experiencing this. This is coming to pass in my own life. And what I've been hearing, what's been a reoccurring theme in my recent videos, and what I feel like the Father wants to highlight as being very important to him, is confidence. Him wanting you to be confident in yourself. Confident in, but it's not the self-confidence type thing. It's a little bit different. It's way better, probably. Sure, it is. But this more so, this highlight, at least on this video, is the confidence in your yes and the confidence in your no. And that's in the word. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. And also the verse that comes to my mind is, be a joyful giver. If you're not, I'm paraphrasing here, if you're not a joyful giver, don't give. He doesn't need us to be obligated in that way. He wants us to be obedient, but out of love, right? And receive this confidence. This is the reoccurring theme, right? This confidence in ourselves, the way that he has made us. So we surrender our perspective to him. Maybe you were in the process of this. Maybe you were waiting on him and he is unveiling himself to you in his timetable, right? That goes outside of you being able to find out something about yourself. You have to wait to know. You have to wait, and in waiting, he will unveil, but it will be his timing. But there's a confidence that comes with this unveiling. There is when you seek him, to know him, you can't help but end up knowing yourself. And this is where I feel like the Father is like, confidence is important to me. It's not my design to make Christian robots. He's not in the business of replicating people like that. We all share the same mind in Christ, but we are individuals. We were all created differently, and we think differently, and he speaks to us differently. And he's going to unveil himself to you differently. And you're going to have a love expression that comes from this unveiling that is probably different than mine, because you're going to light up on the Christmas tree a little bit differently. You might be a little bit more sparkle, a little bit more glitter. All right? Old school red and green, or modern white with minimal, I don't know how you're going to shine, but you're going to shine, damn it. And I'm going to shine too. I digress. I'm becoming so confident, though. This confidence. Your yes being yes and your no being no. I think what we want to do, and what's more familiar to us, is what is the right answer? What is the right rule to follow? Because we don't know how to be loose with ourselves like that. That's okay. He has to show us how to be loose with ourselves like that. Because we have a lot of this incoming darkness influence or whatever that's telling us that we have to conform this way and conform that way. And since people have already been walking in such a conformed way, that conformed way has become normalized. But in the conformed way of walking, a person loses their yes being yes and their no being no. They lose their voice. They lose their fingerprint. They lose themselves. What good is it for a man to gain the whole world but forfeit his soul? If you were to get to the top and you made compromises, then who is the person that's at the top? See, this is where God wants to speak to you in the low place, in the place where you've been stripped down, and that is where he will instill confidence in you. When you don't have anything to rest on other than what he says about you. And you're like, I have to know what you know, because I feel so insecure down here. I feel so insecure. And I don't know what my yes is and my no is, because I feel like I've been brainwashed to be conformed to the way that these people think and these people think. right? And he's like, that's okay. This is part of it. It seemed to be double-mindedness, this perspective of darkness and light that causes a person to be double-minded. You have doubts about many things. You don't know yourself yet. That's part of it. You're going to wrestle with yourself. But what's going to end up emerging is a more confident yes and a more confident no. Meaning you will know why you say no to certain things. And you will say yes to certain things. You will understand your conviction so much deeper. I'm coming to know that the younger Brandon was just a version of me that didn't feel confident in himself. But I look back and I say, oh, that's why you did what you did. That's why you reacted this way. That's why you thought like this. I understand you more. And becoming the version I am today is not a better version of the version I am before. It's just a more realized version. The more realized version of you is going to be the mature you, the more confident you in who you've always been. Right? I was wrestling with many things. I didn't know myself, and so I was compromised. Was dishonest about many things. Because I didn't know what my yes was. Didn't know what my no was. I didn't know how to walk. I didn't know how to be me. I didn't know what it would be to speak. And over the last couple of years, he has taken me away from all these other influences. And he has stripped me down. And he has instilled confidence in me. And he's like, I'm not here to make you a robot. I'm here to set you free. I'm here to embrace you. To be with you as you transition, not from one who's not enough to someone who is enough, or transition from someone who is kind of okay to someone who is better, but someone who's just confident, like I've always been confident in you. See, we think, this has been so normalized, that our desires are evil, so evil. And we can't trust our heart. And I know the word speaks about the heart deceiving you and all those sorts of things. But when he sets your mind right, when he gives you a new perspective, your heart will follow, right? You will not be double-minded. You will not have this sin consciousness. You will be confident. And I believe that your desires will align with his desires, and it won't be something that you have to try to make happen. He will just show you the truth about yourself, and you'll be like, I desire that. I desire that. And he's like, you were made to desire this. You don't have to make yourself desire this. You don't have to force yourself to obey me. I don't need you to do that. Instead, I will stoop down to where you are, get eye to eye, and instill confidence in you. See, me? I've always been more of a disruptor. I like disrupting things. Pioneer, so to speak. Like going a new way, right? And kind of being extreme in that way, right? Kind of just stretching out as far as possible. I got these long arms and stuff. Stretching out as far as possible to see what we can do. You know, I got this one narrative that has weighed on me forever, and that's you're not enough. And I'm like, there's nothing I can do with I'm not enough. I can never be enough. The helplessness in that. And he's like, let me give you a new perspective. Put down this perspective. And in the new perspective, you will receive confidence. Because in the new perspective, it will be how I see you, and you becoming confident in what you know about that. So then what will follow, what will be the domino that falls, is your yes will be yes, and your no will be no, and you will no longer live such a compromised life. I think it's okay as part of growing and developing for us to see and look back at ourselves and say, I was compromised here, I was dishonest here. In order to be shown the truth, I believe you have to be shown where you've been deceived. Where you've been deceived, there is dishonesty, right? It's okay. It's okay. We're human. But I believe that's part of it. That will be part of it. Oh, I didn't know, and I couldn't know. I couldn't know until you showed me, right? I couldn't know myself until you showed me. The show, all right, you know Breaking Bad, right? The lawyer from Breaking Bad made the prequel spinoff show Better Call Saul, right? And you know him in Breaking Bad. I don't know if you've seen this or whatever, but this is what's come to me, because this is, yeah. You know the lawyer, he's like all shady and shit in Breaking Bad, but like in Better Call Saul, it's like how he became shady, right? And there was a pivotal episode that God like highlighted for me. And so he gets a job at this prestigious law firm, right? And he's doing the straight and narrow. And he's making his brother proud, and he's making the woman in his life proud. And he thinks that that's going to be enough. But he has compromised himself. And it's not until he sees one of those wacky, waveable, inflatable tube men, you know? Just like, there's like an episode, it just starts, and he's just like this. And he's like, the tube man person has like colorful clothes on. That he's like, because he was wearing the traditional, gotta fit in, gotta fit this mold of being this guy that everyone wants me to be in this prestigious law firm. I'm gonna wear just blues and grays and just normal ass shit. But you know him in Breaking Bad as being one who has always been a colorful dresser. So one of the pivotal episodes in Better Call Saul is when he sees that wacky, waveable, inflatable tube man guy, and he starts dressing colorfully, right? It's like he was inspired. He's like, I just want to be free. And I feel like this is the Father's desire for you. It's not that you go and start a life of crime or something, because this guy shows himself in that. But this is like, God already knows the free version of you, right? He has the wind to make you a wacky, waveable, inflatable tube man. I cannot move I'm very stiff in this season. But anyway, you get my point. He has the wind to make you like that. But that was a very pivotal episode because he made a choice. He's like, am I going to keep going in this way, the way that people want me to go? And they're going to be proud of me because I'm going to have what they want, but I'm going to be compromised within myself. There's a dishonesty within myself. Or am I going to go this other way that's going to make people disappointed in the choices that I have made, but I'm going to feel more free. My yes is going to be yes. See, his yes wasn't his yes before when he was trying to fit that mold of what people wanted him to be. And I think this is where God is like, this is very important to me. Like, we can work out the behavior later, the details later. But he seems to care about your well-being. And he wants to bring out that salt in you, that light in you. It's already there, right? He wants to bring out that confidence that he sees in you. He's like, you're not about this. You actually like wearing very colorful clothes. But a lot of people are going to judge you for that. But then you choose. And this is where I relate. I'm just like, I choose freedom. Because freedom is my yes, and my no is my no. I'm saying yes to my voice. And the other way, the compromise, which may get me up the ladder quicker, right, is saying yes when my yes is actually not yes, and saying no when my no is not actually no. One can be easier. You could avoid this like fear of being perceived a certain way, but God will bring you to a breaking point like he knows how to do. And you will see. And then you will find him in this way where he backs your yes and he backs your no. Because he is teaching you how to be confident in yourself, right? It's less about what your yes is and your no is, because that changes over time. The more you become acclimated to light, your yes will be different and your no will be different. You will also understand more deeply as you grow in confidence of yourself what your yes actually is and what your no actually is. I'm becoming more aware, and in becoming more aware, becoming more confident in what I want and what I don't want. So I'm not over here playing around with this. And I'm not over here getting after that. It's very good. It's very good. You see, I thought God wanted to make me a robot. All right? Certainly this voice, this coming out of me, that's not what I thought he wanted me to do. I thought he wanted me to sound like everybody else. But sounding like everyone else never felt right to me. Like it wouldn't feel right to you. And there's something about the way I am, right? Where now it's like the spirit of freedom is saying, now I want you to be as you are. You're like, no, I can't because I desire this still and this. It's okay. Honesty. I think that he cares about honesty more than anything else, more than so many other things. He doesn't want you to be like, no, this is my yes because this is the right answer. That's the easier way to go. And for a while, you will go that way. You will follow the rules in that way. But there will come a time, I believe, in order to experience a new level of freedom, you might have to break the rules a little bit. Oh, no. Oh, my God. I think it'll be okay, actually. But that episode of Better Call Saul, that did it for me. It was like, yep. I mean, yeah, forget about what happens to him later, because he ends up, I'm not going to tell you. I don't like spoiling things. But anyway, it doesn't go well for him because he chose himself, all right? It's not a, one size fits all analogy or whatever, but it's basically you saying yes to the spirit of freedom. And this wind, this grace is in the spirit of freedom to have you become more confident in who you are, right? And this will feel so liberating to you. This will feel so good to you, so that whenever you do get to the place that God is sending you, called to send, when you get to the place that he's sending you, it will be you that is there. Not who you think you're supposed to be, not who they think you're supposed to be, not whatever fits some title that now you're in, that you're trying to like make it work. No. Y'all don't have a title for me, because I'm here now. There's not someone that came before, because I'm me, and God made me for this. So I'm going to do it the way that he has made me to do this. And I think one of the ways that he prepares us for future situations where we receive maybe more responsibility or a title is you're not going to do it the way a traditional man or woman would do it. You're going to do it the way that he has trained you to do it. Right? And what you do will just be the effect of what you believe about yourself. Right? So for me, it's less about the words that I use, right? Because I'm not trying to like steer people into a certain way of thinking, theology. I'm just releasing how I would release. He had me listen to like one of my videos like yesterday, and I'm like, I sound like a fucking alien, bro. I don't know where to put this guy. Where does he go? I don't know where he goes. I never heard this shit ever. But this is good. This is good. I love this. You know what I'm saying? And that's me. And I think in the same way, I encourage you to be you, because I've found one who accepts me in the deepest place of me and instills confidence in the deepest place in me. It's not me looking to myself to have self-confidence. It's not confidence in ability or anything like that. It's in how you are made. It's in your makeup, right? You want your yes to be yes. You want your no to be no. It doesn't feel good to be dishonest or to compromise, not because it's breaking a rule, but because it's not true to who you are. The Father seems to be, this is important to me. Freedom for you is important to me. Freedom for you is important to me. He's not worried about us the way that we have thought that he should be worried about us. It's we that we put these like boundaries around ourselves, right? Shows a lack of trust. It's just we don't know. We're just awkward with our movements or something. It's all those raving days. I was never very good at it because it wasn't me. I was just trying to put that on. Took a little ecstasy, boom. Oh, this is great. But it wasn't me. I wasn't very good at it. For one, I couldn't even breathe whenever I was giving like a light show or something. Not good. Anyway, I put on many things. Right? And at the time, that was appropriate. But the more, there's always a place for it. The more that I am growing in the Lord, the more I see there's a reason why that didn't fit and that didn't last. There's a reason why that didn't fit and that didn't last. There's a reason why I was so compromised and dishonest with myself. I couldn't know myself back then. It took him coming to me, the one who made me, the one who knows me, to be like, put down the glow sticks. There's a reason why I couldn't do that figure 8 thing. That was like the pivotal unlock move. Okay? My friend could do it. I couldn't do it. I could only do the what is it, 3-beat weave or something? I couldn't do that one. That was the pivotal move. 3-beat, 4. Anyway, it's like this like move or whatever. And I couldn't do it. He's like, put down the glow sticks, Brandon. I got something else for you. But it's okay that you picked them up. Like you've picked up all these other different things. Right? You didn't know who you were. You were just out there in the fringes, trying to fit in where you could fit in, trying to do the things. But there will come a time, and there came a time for me, where he pulls you away from that. And he's like, I desire you to be free. I desire for you to feel so free and confident in yourself, where you don't have to think about everything all the time. What I should do, what I should not do. I'm telling you, praying is going to become different for you. I believe that it will. It certainly is for me. So much so where I'm like, God, I just want to be. I don't want to think so much. I don't want to think to be. I want to be. And from being, I want to think. And from being and having confidence in being, I want to speak. So much less work. So much less measuring and saying, well, that was good, but maybe less hand gestures this time. Maybe don't cuss or bring up like ecstasy in your videos if you want people to like you more or get more. No. You're thinking like a traditional man. I'm here now. Like you're here now. You know what I'm saying? You're going to do it the way you were made to do it. You're going to speak the way you were made to speak. And the more you get to know him, the more you will get to know his confidence about you. Know his confidence about you. And what's going to be ironed out, first it'll be exposed, right? These compromises within ourselves, this dishonesty, this double-mindedness, this wrestling back and forth. It's okay. By the Spirit of God, you will get to where you were going. But you get to know him more, and you will get to know yourself more. And then you're going to like you, whether anyone else likes you. You're going to think you're a riot. You know, I think I got like dad jokes or something. And I love it. The father is just like laughing in the audience. He's like, God, I love this. I love it. An audience of one, I'm telling you. The one who never changes his disposition about you. Doesn't matter what you're doing. And I see you doing those things at like 3 a.m. or something. 3 a.m. or something. Okay? It's all right. Because he doesn't change his mind. And that's gonna iron you out. That's going to like fluff laundry or something. It's just gonna, or back to the wacky waveable inflatable tube man. They'll just provide the wind and you'll just start going like this. And you were made to move like this. I don't think I was made to move like that. But, you know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be the Spirit of God. And you're gonna become sensitive to that wind and the Spirit of God and the way that he has spoken to you. You will grow in. And then your yes will be more solidified as your yes. Your no will be more solidified as your no. You'll stop wasting time over here with these people who are still trying to figure it out for themselves. You're like, no, I couldn't figure it out for myself. I went to God and I came to know of the confidence that he has about me. I received that confidence. And now I am operating and I am being as one he is confident in. As one he knows. You see, I get to change. Because I'm transforming. I'm just becoming more of a realized version of me. Will the cussing remain? I don't know. It doesn't seem to, it's so like in the neutral zone. Like I'm not married to it. So it'll probably just like, end up falling away at some point. I would imagine. It doesn't really matter. Like all of the behaviors that we're trying to like do and modify and stuff, is because we don't know what our yes is. We don't know what our no is. We don't know of the confidence that our Father has about us being his. But I believe you will. And in this place, going back to the whole joyful giver thing, you will give, not out of obligation, but because you want to. And following the Lord, yes, it will come with a cost, but you will be fully in it with him. You will be sold out with him. Because you will know. You will be convicted in the deepest place in you. You will be uncovered in that place. and you'd be like, this is what I was made for. I was made for this.